Take me there, Lord.
Wipe your tears. All she ever wanted to be was be loved. All I ever wanted was to know who I was. True love everything comes from above.
Take me there, Lord.
Wipe your tears.
How many men walked out the back door? How many times your heart hit the floor? Here comes the lie, attacking self-esteem. Nobody wants me, nobody loves me.
Not true.
But God chose you, and He loves you so much. His Son died for you. What Daddy did had nothing to do with you. What Mama said wasn't even about you.
Yeah.
And those men, they had their own issues. Don't play the blame game. Learn to love you. Don't have a baby just for someone to love you. Live a life more than about you. Do for others, serve others, rest in the Lord when it seems you can't take it. Live where you celebrate it, not tolerate it. Give God your dreams, sweetie, you can make it. You can
All
make
she
it.
ever
You can
wanted
make
to
it.
be was be loved. All I ever wanted was to know who I was. True love everything comes from above.
Take me there, Lord.
Wipe your tears. All she ever wanted to be was be loved. All I ever wanted was to know who I was. True love everything comes from above.
Take me there, Lord.
Wipe your tears away.
It was me standing on the side of the streets. Mama say, come to me, give me some sugar kisses, no candy. It's invisible, it's time to say bye-bye. Holding on to mama in a trash bag full of clothes.
Hey y'all, welcome to Married at First Sight. You know what? I forgot to put my microphone on, but anyway, y'all can hear me. This is going to be real quick, only because I'm not going to be having stress or nothing over Chris and Paige. I'm not going to do it. So we're going to be talking about Married at First Sight. I'm going to give you the review. And the reason I do my thing now is because if you're like me and you work, y'all see my pretty flowers over there? Wait, can I get them in the picture? Let me turn this way. Okay, we're going to do it like that. My flowers. So anyway, if you're like me and you work and you're always busy all the time, you really don't have time to tune in. And I don't really get a chance to watch TV anyway. So, I always catch it on the back end. So what I try to do is catch everybody up so you know what's going on. So when you go and watch it tonight or you go and watch it, whenever, then you'll know exactly what's going on. So let's get into it real quick. Because, child, let me tell you something. I'm about to get them too because they're about to get on my nerves. So anyway, let's start with Eric and Virginia. She's 26 and he's 34. So they've now been married for, I believe, close to 2 weeks. And Eric is now back at work because Eric is a pilot. So he's now back at work. Virginia's back at work. And she's missing him. She really missed him. She missed him not being at home with her, and he missed her as well. But this is what really upset her. What upset Virginia is that when Eric was home, the honeymoon, all of that, his whole thing was, I need you to check in with me. I need to know where you are. I need to know, in other words, like he needs to know what's going on with her. Text me. So Virginia was like, okay, at first she was kind of against it. And then she said, you know what, I'm gonna do it, because I'm his wife or whatever. I think she's a little afraid of him too. Not afraid like he's going to do something, but she's afraid of saying the wrong thing to him. So he said, she said, fine. So next thing you know, he leaves, he goes to his, wherever he was flown to. And, he was gone for a little bit. And then she was like, oh, that's the wrong sign, y'all. Sorry. She was like, she said what really irritated her. And she told him, she was like, what irritated me was that you told me that you needed me to call, you needed me to check in, you want to know where I'm at and everything. But she was like, every time I call you, and see, I don't like that either. If you're going to give me a demand, then I'm expecting you to do your part too. So she was like, you told me that I need to call you. So she was like, but when I call you, you're not available. He told her, but that's just how it is. That's just how my job is. No, it's not. Because excuse me, y'all. I've flown, I can't even count how many times I've been on an airplane. I don't know. But I've seen pilots, when they get off the plane, take their phone out. I've seen pilots, while they were sitting on the plane waiting for takeoff, being on their phone. So I don't know who you fly for or whatever is going on, where you can't just respond to a text, or you can't send a text, or you can't call her back. Like, that's bullcrap. And she's 26, so maybe that's why she's for it, but you can get that past me, babe. So then let's move away from them, but they're doing pretty good. He took her out, they played golf, and they're trying to maximize their time because his schedule is so crazy, being a pilot. So he really is trying, but they had a conversation because they all got this basket where they had to talk about love. Have you ever used the L word? Have you ever used the L word? Have you ever been in love? And so they really had to get together and kind of go through this box and talk about it to see if they've ever been in love. So, Eric, of course, we know his story. We ain't gonna go through that story no more. And so Virginia was like, I really feel bad for her. And I knew that it was something up with her, because with Virginia, she seems very timid. She seems like this is something that she really, really wants. Like, she wants to be married. And the problem is, what she shared in this episode is that she didn't see it growing up. Like, all she saw was people just messing up. Her parents didn't stay together, so she doesn't know what it means to be in love and to see a loving couple together, because that wasn't in front of her. Eric, on the other hand, said he had a great life. He's like, I grew up, I had a really great life, and I saw what it was like to be with two loving parents, and he told her, but I commend you for just speaking up and saying what it is. And I did too, because sometimes I feel like she holds back, but he was like, I commend you for speaking up and saying what it is, and I really believe that he seems like the kind of guy that's going to go all out to show her, you know what, I'm going to be here for you. Like, if you didn't get that at home, I'm going to give all of that to you. And so I do see him as, he seems like a really, really, really nice guy. So they may just work. Maybe that's what she needs, an older man in her life. And so anyway, let's move on to Claire and Ryan, because I was kind of rooting for them. And now I'm trying to figure out, like, I know what's going on. Claire has expressed several times that she need to have sex. Claire's like, look, I'm sexually frustrated. I'm ready to get it in. And Ryan is just sitting here. Ryan said he's not ready yet. And here's my take on Ryan. I believe that Ryan is not ready because Ryan feels like, this is just me. I feel like Ryan feels like once he does that, once he has sex with her, that he may fall in love with her. And I think he may be afraid of, falling in love. He's afraid of the L word. He's definitely afraid of saying it. So I think that what it is that he's kind of holding back because he doesn't want to be hurt. He's guarded, which is okay. But normally it's like the other way around. But Claire is like, look, I'm ready to get it in, Ryan. You taking too long. I'm sexually frustrated. I'm ready right now. But Ryan is saying no. And they had their conversation. They're starting to see the differences, because Claire is like me. Claire can be all business. The only difference with me and Claire is that Claire she talks too much. Like, she just in everybody's business. I'm not like that. But when I say she's like me, I like to have fun. I can be all business. I want to get my business done. I want to make sure everything is straight. But then I have this whole silly side to me where I can be really silly and goofy and all of that. And Claire's like that too. But it seems like Ryan is more like, he's just, he just in one lane. He doesn't want to divert. And so she was, telling him also that she likes being heard. That's what she likes in a relationship. She likes to know that she's being heard. So she loves donuts. So Ryan said, instead of taking her out to dinner, I'm just going to take you out to a place where you can just eat as many donuts as you want, right? So they're at this donut place, and she is loving it because she loves donuts. I don't eat sweets like that. I can't do it. But she was loving it, and she was tearing those donuts up. And she just wanted to be goofy. She wanted to have a good time. She didn't want to talk about work. She just really wanted to be with her man and just be silly and pop donuts in her mouth. If you get if you get sugar or whatever on your face or on your lips, like, who cares? She just wanted to have fun. So he's sitting there, and he wants to go into, so what do you like to do? What's your life goal? Blah, blah, blah. And then she turned it around and she was like, what do you like to do? So he goes off on this long thing. And I was feeling her, because she was like, look, I feel like I'm at a seminar, and I was feeling that, because I'm like, Ryan, can you just take the guards down and enjoy the donuts with her? Have a good time, have fun. It's okay to laugh, like loosen up. I couldn't be in a relationship with somebody who can't loosen up. Like, you have to know how to have that fun side, that business side, that savvy side, and then just be goofy. Like, it's okay. I'm a goofy person. So most people don't know that about me, but I like to be goofy and I like to have fun, especially when I'm around my little niece and nephew and my son. He makes me goofy as well. So that's Claire and Ryan. So they're trying to work out their differences, and Claire is wanting, I think at this point with Claire, she just really wants to express her love for, I don't want to say love. I think she just want to have sex. That's what I think. That's what I think is going on with her. But Ryan is like, not yet. He's not ready. So then we go to, I love these two right here, Brianna and Vince. Look at Vince with this cute. So Vince, you have any brothers? He's Dominican, y'all. And so Vince, the only thing I don't like about Vince is that Vince is Vincent. I call him Vince. He's very sensitive. And Brianna, they did say that they love each other. They're not in love with each other, but they're loving who the person is. They're loving who they're seeing in front of them. And I thought that was so cute. I just think they're cute anyway. I really feel like they're going to be able to work out whatever differences they have. I'm pretty sure they'll be able to work it out because she's very expressive. He kind of is, but he will hold it in and think about it. And then he'll come back and he's like, you know what? You were right. And I do appreciate that about him. And some people like that. They can't express themselves right away. They have to, go away and think about it and then come back and say, you know what? I got you. I feel you on that one. So, near the end of the episode, well, what it was is he bought her a bicycle, which was so cute. He bought her this bicycle and he was getting a little cart for her little puppy to be on it. And he was like, this is my family. And he was just so excited. And so she in turn said, you know what? I used to be a dancer, so I know that he loves to dance. So I'm going to take him to a dance class. Well, they get to the dance class. And I forgot the kind of dancing that Vincent said that he does, but it wasn't what Brianna took him to. And so he was like, he got really, really frustrated. Evidently, he don't like to sweat. I mean, when you dance, you want to sweat. You with your wife. Good grief. So these men on here they just super sensitive. So Brianna, was like laughing and everything, but she could kind of feel his energy that he wasn't into it. So they get back to the house and she's like, what's wrong? And he was just saying, you know what? I don't want to talk about it. And she's like, well, why? Did anything happen? Tell me what's going on. And she was saying in a confessional, like, it's just really uncomfortable because I don't know, like, she didn't know what she did. And, I think he told her, I'm trying to remember, I think he told her he didn't like the dancing or something. But anyway, I ain't even spend much time on that because he just needs to get out of his feelings. Like, get out of your own way and enjoy this beautiful woman that you have. Now let's go to this Haley. I can't never say her name right. Haley and Jacob. Haley is 28 and he's 38. So Jacob, please slow down because Haley seems like a really nice young lady. And I think you're rushing her too much. Like, you're not going to the grave. So relax, okay? You act like you're about 95 or 100 years old, like you can ready to die. Let this girl grow into being in love with you. Let her feel out the relationship and see where it's going to go. Stop rushing it. She has said to him that she's not physically attracted to him. And I think that's okay. If you're not, you're not. She said, not physically attracted to him. But I'm working on it. She's working towards it. That's all you can do. Me personally, I don't find him attractive in any kind of way. The way that he looks, the way that he acts, I just don't. But to each his own. Somebody out there want him. So she was like, trying to tell him, he's pushing her, like, do you think I'm attractive? And she's like, well, I don't really feel it right now. And he got pissed off. So she thought about it. The next day she went shopping and she brought him some shirts, really nice shirts, because we know that he lives in the 80s. So she brought him some really nice shirts and, she was like, go do a fashion show for me and the dog and go model for us. And he did, he put the shirts on and he modeled for them. And then She thought the ice had been broken. She had pulled the walls down a little bit. He's sitting on the sofa, and she, she's just having a conversation with him, and all of a sudden, after you put the shirts on, walk with him and all of that, modeled and everything, he goes back into wanting to discuss why she's not attracted to him, because she's not, okay? She's not attracted to you. Leave it alone. Leave it alone. She's not attracted to you. She has said it. Give this girl time, okay? Because I'm telling you, I don't like to be rushed. And then she was at this point, like she told him, she was like, you're pissing me off. And I was feeling her, because she's like, you want me to jump into this relationship. They've only been home for like a week and a half. Post honeymoon. So she was like, you want me to jump into the relationship? You want me to say that I love you? I can't do that right now. And she doesn't have to. Take yourself to bed, okay? And get ready for work tomorrow. Y'all, you got like 5 more weeks to be with this woman. Give her a chance. Good grief. And look in the mirror and love yourself. So he just, girl, you 28, you might want to go get somebody else. So anyway, he decided the next day that he's going to have a party, at his real house, because they're staying in an apartment that Married at First Sight got them. So he said, we're going to have a party. I'm going to have a party because, again, he thought about it. He was like, well, maybe I was too hard on her. So he invited everybody over. They looked at his house, blah, blah, blah. Who cares? So then we go to, who am I missing? Oh, y'all know right here. Oh, Lord Jesus. These two fools right here. Because you know what, Paige? I'm not going to feel sorry for you anymore. Some people love pain. Some people love to be hurt. Some people want love and affection and attention so bad that even if they're getting slapped in the face, if they're getting told off, if they're not being talked to in the right way, they still hang around. Now, Claire, Paige, I was giving you kudos last week, clapping you up, dapping you up, and all of that. You turned right around in this episode. Now, let me tell y'all what happened. She met with the girls over at what's his name? Jacob's house. And she was over there at the party, at the house, and they were all asking her, like, how's it going? And she was like, how she talked, and that voice is not real. And that's the first thing you got to recognize, that you need to be real with yourself, because your voice is not real. We heard you cussing. So she's like, I'm just done with it. And she's going through this whole thing that she's done this time. Like, she don't want Chris no more, don't want him anywhere around her. Do. She don't want all of that. So the girls were like real clear, like, how many, what's her name? I love Claire. I'm telling you, Claire is like me. Claire is like, how many times you gonna do this? How many times has he done this to you? And because she's like, because I would, most people would be gone. And then Brianna was saying, it's just sad when you see your friend going back to the same thing and that it's not good for them. So she said, I'm going to do whatever the good Lord tells me to do. Where is my Bible at? I need to get my Bible, because I don't know what words you read, Paige. I don't know. I'm not sure. Now, we might be reading a different word, but she met with the pastor, and the pastor gave her a word. And she missed it, because the pastor was real clear that Chris is my friend. I like Chris and everything, but, I got to keep it real with you. And he married them. And he said he was kind of hesitant even when he married them, but he was hoping that this was the time. Then he dropped the bomb and said Chris was engaged before. So I think with Chris, I think Chris wants to be loved. There's something going on in Chris that he's lacking, and Chris loves love, but Chris don't want to commit. And then once he gets into this relationship, whatever has happened to Chris, he goes into this abusive mode with these women. And so, he was doing this with Paige, and the pastor told her, what's that scripture? I'm going to pull it up on my phone. I need to get Paige a real Bible, because I don't know. I might have to get Paige my Bible, because I don't know what Paige, what Bible Paige reads. But anyway, the pastor gave Paige a word, okay? And Paige missed it. This is what the pastor said. He said James 1:8. This is in the Holy Bible, okay? It says, a double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. That's a word right there. She could have got up and left the table and said, you know what? I'm going home. Because that's a word. That's a word. And she sat there and continued talking about what he did with the girl. I mean, at this point, Paige, it's done. It's over. Why are you even discussing it? So the pastor was, kind of like, wow. But he, in so many words, was telling her, it's okay. Move on. Don't worry about it. He doesn't deserve you. And I have a piece of hair in my face that's getting on my nerves. And he was like, he doesn't deserve you. So it's okay to walk away. And Pastor Cal told her the same thing, because Pastor Cal said, normally I fight for marriages, but look, if you want to get a divorce, let me help you out. So we get near to the end of the show. They just really want me to, be laying on a stretcher somewhere, because I'm about to get both of them. So we get to the end of the show, and he calls her and he's asking her, can he meet with her because he wants to talk? She was like, she felt like the Lord was telling her that it's okay to go meet him. It's okay. So she takes herself over to wherever they were meeting. And he was asking her how she was doing. And he's like, I heard you were talking to the pastor. That wasn't even cool, but I'm not mad at you. He's supposed to be my friend. And so she was telling him basically, and really, I don't even know why she was explaining to Chris. You don't have to explain to her why you talk to the pastor. You're grown. You can say whatever you want to say. Forget Chris. Forget him. So, she was explaining to him what she said, what the pastor said, blah, blah, blah. And Chris was like, in the confessional saying that he's never going to talk to the pastor again. Well, the pastor shouldn't talk to you either, because you were so rude to him last week, looking at your watch and telling him you're done with the conversation when he's trying to help you. You are rude, and I can't stand you. And so then he starts with his, how Chris goes into his little thing. He went into his little charming thing. It's just a piece of hair right here. I don't think that he's charming at all. I don't think Chris is charming. I don't think Chris is cute. I finally got that piece of hair that was been in my eye. So I don't think that Chris is charming. I don't think that Chris is cute. And Chris started, sitting back, and he's smiling at her. How's your day? How are you? And she started smiling. I said, that's it. There we go. That's it. That's all Chris had to do. And he was asking her, what do you really want? And she said, I wanted this to work. I really wanted this to work. And he said, you know what? And then he kills me with this. You ain't from the hood, boy. Stop. You need to come to Baltimore, because we'll show you what the hood is. You ain't from no hood. And so he said, and yo, because you know what? I'm scared, yo. That's the problem, yo. I'm just scared. I don't know what to do, yo. I don't know what to do. Come to Baltimore. We'll show you what to do. And so, hey, Dinah Knowles. And so she was sitting there, and you could see like her whole demeanor had changed, and she has now fallen under the spell of Chris. Chris has gotten her again. And after he finished with his little rant, he said, what do you want? And no, she said, what do you want? And he said, I think we need to hit the reset button. Y'all, you see my face, right? Paige said, okay, I think we do too. Now, Paige, I'm not going to have no more mercy on you at all, because I'm telling you right now, this dude is going to drag you for the rest of the 5 weeks. Mark my words, he's going to drag you right in front of the cameras, right in front of social media. Dinah Knowles, yes, he got her again. Thank you, Dinah Knowles. Thank you. He got her again. And he is going to drag you for the next 5 weeks. And he's going to do it. It's going to be all over social media. It's going to be all on national TV, and you're okay with it. So you know what? If you're okay with it, I'm okay with it, because I let grown people do grown people did. I just want to know where your family is at and who raised you. That's all I want to know. That's all I want to know. And so this is the last bit of news that I wanted to share. If you go on social media, you'll see that Jamie was, hey Joyce, Jamie was the lady who, Jamie and Doug, they were the first married at first sight couple. I've been watching the show for a long time. Matter of fact, since they first started. So Jamie is now like the host of the show. Her and Jamie wasn't attracted to Doug. If y'all kept up with it, Jamie was never attracted to Doug. They kind of fell in love. She sure is desperate, Dinah. Desperate. Okay, you spelled it with a capital D. And so Jamie had put something on social media saying, you know, that she didn't like the way Chris is treating Paige, and she doesn't like what Paige is going through, but she also didn't like, I guess, people like me who say that it makes no sense and it's like we're getting on her, blah, blah, but it don't make sense. Okay, it don't make no sense. And, you know, I would tell her if she was sitting in front of me, it don't make sense. Because there's so many other black men out here that you could be talking to besides him. And I told you his forehead is all the way down here. And whenever those 3 little wrinkles come right here, he's lying. I picked that up. And I already told you that, but you're not listening. And so she wrote that, and, you know, people were commenting and stuff on what she wrote. And then the mom, Chris's mom, because see, she's a problem. And if you had done what you were supposed to do with your son, and yes, I'm saying that, then your son wouldn't be acting this way. The daddy, like I said, at the wedding, he was looking at Paige the whole time and telling her how beautiful she was, and looking at, because she has a very nice body, looking at her body, looking at her butt. This was the dad. He was doing that. Hey, Crystal. He was doing that. The daddy. And that's why I said Chris ain't with her, but the daddy did. He wanted her. And so he probably would have gave her a chance if she had came over there. And so the mom, she went on social media. And y'all could probably find this. It was on Instagram. So she goes on social media and she's blasting Married at First Sight for what they're doing, and she didn't think it's right for what they're taking her son through. She's blasting Paige for going over there talking to the pastor, and she's blasting all of the bloggers and vloggers and people that do reviews for talking about her son. But you know what I didn't hear? You ain't say nothing about your son and what your son did. That's why he has a problem. Okay, that's why he got a problem, because you never checked your son. You make your son think that it's okay to be out here acting like a fool and putting it here, putting it there. You did that, and you're showing us that you did it. I had already said that a while ago. Because when all of this stuff was going on, because we haven't seen Paige's family and friend. I don't know if she's raised by wolves or what's going on, because we ain't even seen her family, but we have seen Chris's family. And when Paige was talking to you, then you would have checked your son. Because see, my son has a girlfriend. And any girl that my son gets, if I find out that he was doing anything that Chris was doing, I'm going to check my son. Not the girl, not social media, not this one or that one. I'm going to check my son. And my son is 25, and he knows that I'm a checker. You're not going to treat anybody like that. The only thing that comes to mind for me is that the daddy, because he already showed who he is disrespectful to the mama. And that daddy, that mama, she can't really yell at dad. I don't know what's going on with her, because, you know, maybe she old school, like, you know, and she just feel like she had to stay in her mess too. But you're the problem, mom. You're the problem. And dad, you're the problem. You tried to check him, but see, you can't check him when you're looking at his wife too. Okay? We're dying to say Chris is an arrogant, puffed up, sorry, hot mess. He sure is. And the sad part is that it came from home. It came from home. I don't know what was going on in the house, but anytime you get on social media and you're trying to correct Married at First Sight, which your son signed up for. He signed up for that. And then you're yelling at bloggers and vloggers, and then you're yelling at Paige. Paige didn't do anything wrong. She's just dumb, but she ain't do nothing wrong. You're yelling at Paige. You need to yell at your son. Check your son, okay? Check your son, and if you can't check him, send him over here and let me check him, because I will check him, because he needs to get it together. He is 27 or 28 years old. He's too old for that, and you know what? It's sad to say, in this world, if he comes across the wrong somebody, y'all might be doing his funeral, because everybody's not going to put up with that mess. And you're not going to continue to play with people's emotions and think that it's okay. Now, I don't know what's going on in Paige's head. I really don't know. I can't figure it out. And I'm like, where's your family? And then I go on social media because I'm like, maybe I'm missing something. But even when I was looking today, people that do this on a regular, they were like, where is her family? Like, who do you check in with? Who do you call? And so that was it for Married at First Sight. They just really get me hyped all the way, always at the end. They get me hyped. And I just want to get Chris. Maybe I got to go to Atlanta to talk to him, because he needs to get it together. And I forgot his mom's name, and I forgot their last name, because it's not important to me. But you need to get yourself together, and you need to work on your son, because this is the thing, Miss. Your son is a reflection of you and your husband, and right now the reflection don't look too good. And I would be totally embarrassed if my son was on national TV acting like this and being disrespectful to the pastor. I would be totally embarrassed. But you seem to be okay with it. So you go ahead. Like I said, I like grown people do what grown people do. And you seem to be okay with it. But you need to check that son, okay? Check him. And maybe you can't check him because you need to be checked. Because I saw you walking around. Y'all look like y'all were at a diner or something. You walking around, I don't know if it was a Prada bag or something, high heels. Where was you going at? That's what I was trying to, where were you going? And what, y'all, listen, that was Married at First Sight, my review. I cannot deal with his family. His father is creepy. The mother looks like she's mad with the world. Even when she's sitting there having a conversation, she just looks angry, like something's going on. So I think something's going on with the whole family. Y'all probably need some medication or something, or some therapy or something like that. I don't know what y'all need. But that Chris, you send him over here. Paige, send him over here. I will get him straight. And like my grandmother said, you will straighten up and you will fly right. You come over here, because see, we don't do that over here. And stop acting like you from the hood. Because you come here, once again, I'll show you where the hood is at. And you will not survive, Chris. You won't survive. I'm telling you, you will not survive. So cut that out too, okay? Just be who you are. Or you can't, because you don't know. Anyway, y'all have a great night. My name is Lady J. This is Married at First Sight. And this was called 3 Little Words because everybody had to talk about the L word. Do I love you? All right. Have a good night, Dinah. Great seeing you, Crystal. And anybody else who's watching, y'all make sure y'all share the video. Married at First Sight will be on tonight. I think it comes on at 8 o'clock on Lifetime. And what I do is I normally do the videos now to try to catch you up. So when you get off of here, you can go right to the show and you know what's going on. Okay. Y'all be good. Be great. I'll see you next time for Married at First Sight. We already know Paige is going to do something dumb tonight. So just get your popcorn, y'all, and just sit back and watch. Because she's going to do something dumb. We already know, right? We already know she's going to do something dumb. So I ain't even going to watch it because I'm not going to waste my time tonight. I'll watch it next week. All right, y'all. Have a good night. Bye. Like Paige said, bye. Girl, go sit down. Oh my gosh. Woo. This girl. Let me get Kevin Curry on here. Jesus. Kevin Curry said, wipe your tears, Paige. I love
Wipe your tears away. How do I know? right mind away.
She sees her reflection in a pond of tears. Daddy gone, did he even care? Now she's a baby grown up, running to the arms of many men again and again and the perfect union. It didn't work. She craved the attention, so she wore the short skirt. They said they love you, but they lust for you. Sex, the only time they call you. Wake up, sister, what you gonna do? Life is more than the whistles and the screams. Life is more than jocking fellas for the cream. The way a man thinks, what you're willing to show, you're willing to share. Listen, my dear, your dress from your toes to your hair. You're more than a body. What about your soul? The Lord is calling to make you whole. What about your soul? The soul.
All I ever wanted was to know who I was. True love hasn't been come from above.
Take me there, Lord.
Wipe your tears. All she ever wanted to be was be loved. All I ever wanted was to know who I was. True love hasn't been come from above.
Take me there, Lord.
Wipe your tears.
How many men walked out the back door? How many times your heart hit the floor? Here comes a lie, attacking self-esteem. Nobody wants me, nobody loves me. That's not true. But God chose you, and he loves you so much. His son died for you. What daddy did had nothing to do with you. What mama said wasn't even about you. And those men, they had their own issues. Don't play the